All right. Right. So for today, Sean, are you ready?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't want to start without all of you being here. Just Daniel feel the emotion. So we're gonna start with this meditation. It's gonna be a 2 minute meditation, real quick, and yeah, it's gonna be nice, really good. So please be seated on a comfortable position, and um, yeah, try to not be disturbed. Let me look for the meditation. Okay, so this meditation, it's called the gift of time travel. So if you guys are ready, please, I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Now, I want you to transport yourself 10 years into the future. It's now the year 2036. Look at yourself in the mirror in that future. You look tired. You didn't achieve the goals you have in mind today. Scarcity is your daily reality. Opportunities have vanished, and the weight of regret is your only constant companion. Feel the pain of knowing you had the time and the talent, but you let them slip away. Look around you. The life you wanted, your family, your financial freedom, your purpose, none of it exists. You're trapped in the version of your life that you fear the most. In that moment of total darkness in 2036, now you are closing your eyes tightly, tightly, really tightly in your imagination. You're doing it in 2036 and send a plea to the universe. Please, please give me just one chance to go back. Just one. If I could go back 10 years, I will make every single second count. You desire with every fiber of your being to be back in April 2026. Breathe. Imagine you're doing this plea. You're asking the universe for this new opportunity to return to 2026. Feel that pain. Feel the plea. Feel the plea. And now take a deep breath. Really, really, really deep breath. And slowly open your eyes in this room. Your wish has been granted. You have just traveled back in time. You're back in 2026. You have exactly what you asked for, a second chance. That future of failure you just saw hasn't happened yet, but it was real until a second ago. Feel the relief in your chest. Oh my God, had a new opportunity. You have the body, the mind, this study group, and the tools right now. Your future self is watching you with envy because you hold the power to change their destiny. All right, guys. So, are you back in 2026?
Yeah.
Are you feeling, guys? We have a new opportunity, a new chance of doing new things. Remember how you were feeling back in 2036? Now you have the opportunity to do everything right. You're in this moment, in this time, in this era, to do everything you really wanted. And this is the moment. So you're 10 years back. Congratulations. Congratulations. You made it possible. What do you guys think? How do you like this exercise?
I really enjoyed that one.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
It really helps put things into perspective.
It does, right? But it was real at the end, my friends. It was real. At the end, it was real. We were there. We were struggling. That version exists. But there's also this version, the version of you that it's here and can do the changes. Don't hold on pain. Don't dwell on pain. Don't be, oh my God, this has happened to me. Oh my God, yeah. I want this, but oh my God, this is hard. That doesn't matter. We can change it. We can change it. So for that reason, it's really suitable to talk about Module 3, Lesson 1, Present Moment Awareness, and the leaf exercise. So have your pens and paper ready, and let's hear what David has to say.
Welcome to Lesson 1 of the course. And in this course, we are going to develop your present moment awareness and your attention. This is going to be where everything begins to change. And this is we're going to start you off with the leaf exercise, but we're going to start off with The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard quote, which I absolutely love. So this is a great secret is a controlled imagination. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it fills the mind and crowds out all other ideas out of consciousness. And when you develop your attention, that's what you need to do in order to change the simulation, to start shifting within the simulation and controlling it to do what you want it to do rather than you be reactive and allowing your simulation to control you. Because one way or the other, either your simulation is controlling you or you're controlling it. And these are the tools that are really going to solidify this new process within your own mind so you can start controlling a simulation, living the life of your dreams, getting out of debt, creating financial freedom, creating the relationships of your dreams, doing all of these different things simply by processing this, simply by applying this into your life. Because remember, we don't have an information issue. We have an application issue. So we need to apply this. So this course, you need to do this, okay? And you're going to see real changes in your life, okay? So let's begin. What is the leaf exercise? The leaf exercise is a simple yet powerful visualization technique to develop focus and discipline within the internal world. In order to see a radical physical change in the simulation, you must first have a radical psychological change, and that's done through your attention and your present moment awareness. So how do you do the leaf exercise? Very simple. Find a quiet place. It doesn't necessarily have to be quiet. I mean, depending on where your level is and if you're able to focus. You can eventually get to the level where you can do this in a crowd of people and you'll be able to hold your attention on the leaf or whatever you want to control your attention on. So, but this is important. At first, sit up straight with no support behind you. So have your body erect because it'll make it easier so you can develop and focus, on this visual scene. All right. So imagine yourself sitting by a tranquil pond with your eyes closed and relaxed. All right. So create it however you want. Trees on both sides. You can be exactly like this image is showing you here. But the main part about this is you're going to be sitting in a lotus position or half lotus position or comfortable position in the grass next to the pond. Okay. So the pond is going to be right in front of you, and overseeing the pond, you want to create like a beautiful sunset similar to that. It's a very beautiful picture. All right. So visualize a leaf falling slowly until it touches the water. So as you create the scene here, you're creating the scene. The pond is in front of you. You're sitting, you're first person. You're thinking from this place. You feel yourself to be in this place where there's a pond in front of you. There's wildlife. It's beautiful. And there's a sunset. You can feel the warmth on your face. And then now you envision a leaf. You can pick any leaf that you want. And the leaf is falling. It just starts to fall from one of the trees. You're not sure. You're not worried about which tree it's falling from. It's just a leaf falling, and it's swaying left to right. So it's going to sway back and forth maybe 10 to 15 times. So that's the way you kind of want to have it. And it's not really high in the air, maybe like 10, 15 feet in the air, something like that, where it's swaying back and forth, in a natural way. Something, if it was natural in your three-dimensional world for this leaf to be falling like this is what you're creating, okay? And as the leaf comes down, after it sways back and forth about 10, 15 times, it's going to hit the water. And when it hits the water, you're going to see the water ripple because of the gravity. When the leaf hits the water, there's going to be a natural sequence of events that take place in your imagination where the water ripples all the way to the shoreline. And when that ripple reaches the shoreline, then you start counting your second leaf, okay? And like I said before, you follow the ripples as the leaf hits the water all the way to where you are sitting, all right? So number 5, if your focus drifts, anytime between this, if you count 1 and you all of a sudden you catch your mind 100 miles away somewhere, you got to bring it, you got to start all over again. This is the process. This is the training. Don't get frustrated. Just know that it's developing you. It's really training your mind to control the simulation. All right. So if your focus drifts, start over from the first leaf again until you get in between 20 and 50. 50 is mastery. If you can get to 50 leaves, your attention is ready. You are poised and ready to make some radical psychological changes and make some radical physical changes within the simulation. All right, so these are the common obstacles. Not being able to count 20 leaves, this takes discipline, okay? This is like what I was saying before. Do not let yourself become discouraged. If this is difficult for you, this is showing you why your life is the way that it is. This is why the simulation is the way that it is because you don't have control of the internal direction of your attention. What are the images coming in your mind? Imagination creates reality. If you can't control your imagination, you can't control your world. You can't control your life. You can't control the simulation. So don't get discouraged. You want to be positive towards that. You said, I'm really hitting a place in my mind where this is the issue and I'm going to fix this issue and I'm going to stick with this until I get this because I want my life to change. I want financial freedom. I want the simulation to do what I want it to do rather than keep doing what I'm doing now. Okay. So remember that. Don't become discouraged. All right. So also, if your mind keeps drifting, you can use theta waves. So guided meditation is linked below, which can also help you. And sometimes this can make it even more difficult too, because honestly, when you get into an alpha or a theta state or with the brainwaves, you're in more of a relaxed state. So it can be a little bit more difficult to control the direction of your attention. So be mindful of that. But this is really the training that you want to get involved with. And another thing that you can do to also improve your visualization skills if you're having trouble with this, okay? So sometimes this pops up, which is okay. This is normal. This is to be expected. If you can't visualize or you can't do it right away, that's okay. This is a developing process of the mind so you can control the simulation. But if you are having these issues with visualization, you can try going outdoors and taking visual or simulation pictures with your own mind, downloading what it looks like in the simulation, closing your eyes, and then recreating those images in your own mind. You can do this with pictures. You can do this with magazines. You can look at different pictures in magazines and start, download what it looks like, all the features of somebody's face, what they're wearing, their facial expressions, their eyes, their nose, everything about them, and then close your eyes and then repicture that, recreate that. It can also help with your visualization skills as well. All right, so if you lose count the leaves out loud, either in the imaginative scene or in person, and go slowly. There's no rush. This is developing you. This is something you enjoy too. So take the label off that this is hard work. It's not hard work, okay? This is fun work. This is actually interesting work because you're getting to the next level. You're learning how to imagine. You're learning how to use your power within to create the world in which you want to live. So remember that as you're going through this. And also progression to complex variations. Okay, so you can do this as well. Once you get the leaf mastered, you can move to $100 bills. So remember that if you ever tried counting $100 bills before, you just couldn't do it, it's because you haven't mastered this technique. So start with the leaf, and then you can transition into $100 bills and start having $100 bills coming into your life. Okay, this is another exercise, but it's something that you can, if it becomes redundant and you just get tired of kind of counting the leaves, I don't want you to give up. I want you to keep going and start counting $100 bills if that helps. But I would prefer that you counted to 50 leaves only, and that is self-mastery. That is mastery of your imagination and the control of your mind to manipulate and shift within the simulation. So remember that as we go forward. Next steps, make the leaf exercise a part of your day-to-day life from now on. This is your goal. You're going to get to 50. There's no set amount of time that you have to do this. You're going to do this every day, and you're going to do it for at least 10 minutes, either 10 to 30 minutes. I used to do this for hours a day. If you have that much time, I'd encourage you to do it for hours if you can. The longer you do it, the better you get at, the more that you're going to grow within the simulation, and you can use your imagination to create whatever you want. So use resources and exercise in description below to stay present. All right, so what this means is you will find the PDF for this course in the description. So use that course, use the PDF if you have any other questions or you need a step-by-step guide further than what I've just explained to you. And you can also find a tracking system within the master course section. All right, so that's the end of this segment of this course, but move on now to the next course, which is going to be the reverse exercise, and it's going to be lesson number 2. I love you guys, and I'll see you there.
Hi guys, how do you like this one? It was really good, right? Really, really good exercise from David. Ify, welcome. This is the welcome to the study group. This study group,
Thank you.
yeah, we are reviewing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday some of David's videos.
Okay.
Right now, we are doing the course,
Mm.
and yeah, you're more than welcome to participate anytime you want. This is for the community, from the
Mm.
community. So
It's actually so funny. I just came in, and because I saw I posted on the chat that I couldn't ask a question. And
yeah,
my question that I wanted to ask David was about the leaf exercise.
there you go.
So it's so funny that I just came in and it was the video of the leaf exercise, because I went back to the course, like, beginning of this week, and I started the leaf exercise, and yeah, I'm struggling with it. So that's what I wanted to ask David, and I just came in and that was what was on. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And tomorrow we have a live with David. It's gonna be around 10 East, 10 in the morning East. So in the live, you can write your question right away, because I think you're trying to join on the question page, right?
Yeah, so I tried to ask the question. So I think we got an email, based in the UK. So this morning, I think it was from either Gio, I can't remember, or Jacob, saying if you can go to the link and post your question. So I went to that link, excuse me, but I submitted my question and it's not going through.
Okay, that's weird. If they send it, it's weird. But have your question ready. Anyway, if you want to ask something, we can maybe help you out.
Yeah, my question was
Don't
just
do it
about the
tomorrow,
leaf
yes.
exercise. Exactly this. That was what my question is. And, because I felt like I'm having a trouble with my manifestation. And David just said, if you're having a problem with your manifestation, it's because, and you can't do the leaf exercise, it's because you haven't got control of your attention. And I haven't been able to do more than 10,
Okay.
literally. So.
But that's good. Then it's actually good. When I started doing this exercise, I wasn't able to count 2.
So I just started doing the course again, and then from, I think, last Sunday, a week, I've been just trying, and I've got up to 10. So I just keep on going.
Yeah. You know what works for me, and that's something that I was going to share with all of you guys. It's this. So I don't do a pun, because I don't like puns, like them. I don't like snakes, so it's probably I'm gonna find snake on the pond, mosquitoes and everything. So I don't like ponds. So I normally think about a lake, the lake, mountains, and everything. That's what I do. Or sometimes I imagine myself I'm on Central Park, New York Central Park. Sometimes I imagine myself being there. But what I did was, let me share with you. So I go to YouTube, and for example, I watch this, how the leaves are falling. I sometimes watch the movement and everything. And this goes a little bit fast, but when you see a leaf falling, it doesn't fall. No, they fall kind of fast, and it depends. If the leaf have water, it falls different. So, for example, when I'm doing the exercise, I think, for example, this is one ambience that sometimes I'm staring at this same place, and then I try to feel myself inside of that. I think it's a river, not even a river. And then I close my eyes and I imagine the leaves falling from behind and touching maybe the rocks and everything. So I don't actually do a pun because I don't. And Krista also was saying the other day that she prefers to do something else besides the pond or lake because it brings to her memories. So I'll advise you to change it or to, I don't know. That's what I do. Somebody else wants to share something, my friends? Okay, let's proceed to the next video.
Cool.
It's regarding the leaf exercise.
That's going to break the hypnosis. Break the hypnosis of the law of thought transmission. If your life right now isn't the way that you want it to be, that is because you are not in control of your thoughts. That means if you're trying to create something in your life, you're trying to manifest it, but you're not able to do it, that's because you don't have control of your imagination. You don't have a controlled imagination, and that's because you're being controlled or you're under a hypnosis through the law of thought transmission, whether that's from social media or music you listen to, movies you've watched, TV series that you've watched. All of these things could be causing your life to not be the way that you want it to be. So in this video, I'm going to give you an exercise where you're going to be able to take back control of your mind and break this hypnosis and start manifesting anything that you want in your life. It's going to give you the ability to be able to focus on one thing and be able to concentrate your imagination on one thing to where you can be inside of it and capture that feeling, because we know feeling is the secret. And if your mind is constantly drifting in your imagination, you're not going to be able to capture the feeling, because this hypnosis needs to be broken. Because this is so important to understand and to get to the bottom of this, because if your life isn't the way that you want it to be right now, it's because you're not in control of your thoughts. You have to be in control of your thoughts, because thoughts create images in your mind, and those images create feeling states. Then those feeling states are what is impressed into the subconscious mind, and then it is produced in your external world. So if you don't have control of your thoughts, you're under hypnosis by someone else's thoughts through the law of thought transmission, then that's why your life isn't the way that you want it to be. So if you break this hypnosis, if you can do this exercise, and find out if you are under this spell or this hypnosis and then break it, you will be able to manifest anything that you want into your life. All right, guys, so for the exercise, this is what I want you to do. You just need to find a place where you're going to be undisturbed for about 5 minutes. I want you to do this today. I want you to do this as soon as possible. That way you know if you're under hypnosis. So I want you to take a seat. You're going to do this in your imagination, but I want you to get in a spot where you're going to be sitting straight up with your back straight. Okay, so I want you to then close your eyes. Take a couple breaths if you want to get relaxed and comfortable. And then I want you to imagine as vivid as possible, but you don't have to get too don't worry about the scene. It doesn't have to be that detailed, okay? That's not the part of this, okay? So I want you to create a pond in front of you, and you're sitting in a half lotus position. In your imagination, you're sitting in grass, okay? There's a pond in front of you. Then you have trees on either side of this pond. And overlooking this pond, there's the sun. So I want you to create the sun, and you can feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. In your imagination, you've got the lake, you're sitting in the grass, you've got the trees on both sides, you've got the sun shining on you. And the next step is I want you to create a leaf. I want you to create any leaf, the most familiar leaf that you know about. When I do this, I use a maple leaf because it's very familiar to me. So I use a maple leaf. Then you imagine this leaf in the sky and it's swaying left to right. It's slowly, and you got to focus your attention on this leaf. Nothing other than this leaf should be your attention. Okay, I want you to be intentional about this and try to keep your focus on this leaf as it's swaying side to side, left to right, slowly coming down to the water. So it's going to go left to right about 10 times, and then it's going to hit the water. As the leaf hits the water's going to ripple. It's going to create little waves that are going to come all the way to the shoreline to where you are sitting, okay? And as soon as those waves hit that shoreline, you start again to the next leaf, and you count 10 times. As it's swaying, you're counting 10 times. It's going to sway before it hits the water again, and then it hits the water, ripples out, comes to the shoreline, you start again. You should be able to get to 20 leaves without your mind drifting one time. Without your mind drifting one time, you should be able to get to 20 leaves. If you cannot get to 20 leaves, that means you are under hypnosis. That means you are under a hypnosis through the law of thought transmission, and that is why your life is not the way that you want it to be. Because if you're trying to focus on this leaf and you're not able to do it, that means that you are not in control of your thoughts. That means that if you're trying to manifest the life that you want and it's not happening, this is the reason. It's because you don't have control of your thoughts. It's because social media has taken control of your thoughts externally. And negative music, negative movies, things that you shouldn't be listening to and you know that you shouldn't, things that you shouldn't be watching that you know you shouldn't. All of these things are attracting your attention from without. They're constantly hypnotizing and taking the control of your thoughts. So if you're not able to manifest $10,000 into your life or manifest a relationship, that's because you don't have control of your thoughts. Your thoughts is what creates the images in your mind and then the feeling states. That's how you control your feeling state, and it begins with your thinking, your thoughts. And if you can't focus on this leaf for this short amount of time and count 20 leaves without being distracted by something that you have no idea about, something's got control of your attention, you have to take your attention back. And if you can't do this, you must continue. You must continue to do this exercise until you can get to 20 leaves. And after that, get to 50. Do this every single day. Try to do this 2 or 3 times a day. If you can't get to 20, you need to get to work. That way you get your mind back and start manifesting the life that you want. And I promise you, as soon as you can get to 20 to 50 leaves without your mind being distracted, you will understand exactly what I'm saying, that you were under a hypnosis, and you're going to look back on your old self, and you're not even going to know who you were before, because that was not you. That is not your true self. Your true self can think intentionally without it being distracted by anything. So shut down social media unless it's for business purposes only or education. That's the only thing that you should be using social media for, is for growing your business or for self-betterment. All right, guys, I love you guys very much. And let me know in the comment box below, whoever gets to 20 leaves, I want to know about it. And I'll come up with further exercises if you would like me to. I also have other exercises you can use to break this hypnosis to get your life back on track. All right, guys, I love you guys very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Hey guys, I wanted to make this video on some meditation practices. I'm going to be getting some questions and comments about the meditation practices I use and the ones that I'm talking about in certain videos. So I wanted to kind of get that into detail today. This is actually a meditation exercises that I use myself and I still use throughout my day-to-day. If I got 1,000 things to do and I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, I'll find a spot where I can just reflect and bring my consciousness back to I'll center myself. And sometimes I use these meditation practices to bring myself back and just calm myself down, and so I can see things clearly and make proper decisions at crunch time. You know, if I'm under a lot of stress, sometimes I'll overreact or even underreact, and I'll do things that out of my character. So I stop doing that, and I'll collect myself. I'll get into meditation when I'm under stress, and I'll focus on distilling the mind and just being at peace, and then all the answers seem to flow much easier at that point. And one of my favorite exercises is what I call the leaf exercise. I'll imagine myself, or I'll sit in either on the ground, on a mat, or on a bed, or sometimes I'll do it in a chair. But I like to get into a half lotus position when I do this, and I'll sit. I'll keep my back completely erect, and I'll keep myself with my muscles. That way I can focus. My mind doesn't drift that way. And sometimes I'll do my imaginal eclipse during the day this way. And I notice that when my body is erect and intentional, that my mind is more focused, and I'm able to visualize much better that way. And what I do is I vividly create the scene where there's a pond and I got trees around it, and it's about sunset where I can see the sun. The sun is setting, and I create all kinds of different colors. And I create this really vivid detail, and I submerge myself into just being in this place, in a different world where I'm just all by myself and there's no problems. I was just born, and I focus on this feeling like I don't have a past, I don't have a future. I was just born. I have nothing to worry about, only great things. And just in this, I'm just submerging myself in this feeling, as if everything is just perfect. There's nothing to worry about. I've never had any problems. I'm not going to have any problems. And and then I create, excuse me, and I create this leaf, and I create a maple leaf, but you can create whatever leaf you want. But I like the maple leaf, so, and I can envision it much better. So I will, I look up at the sky, and I watch this leaf as it comes down, and it's just slowly falling down. And it's just slowly coming down maybe about 20 strokes. It's just gliding in the air, back and forth, and I'm watching it. I'm focusing on this leaf and nothing else. Nothing else is in my mind but watching this leaf. And as it comes down, it hits the pond, and the pond ripples. And I watch the ripples just slowly come out, and they come all the way to the shoreline. And then once they come to the shoreline, I do it again, and I focus on the next leaf. And then I do the same thing, and I try to get it. It took me a while to be able to do this without my mind drifting, but it was a very, very good exercise to just completely get out of your reality and all the stresses in your life. And it really helps with the focus and the foundation of the muscles of the mind, to be able to just to focus and concentrate on one thing. That way you can, and it really helped me with my visualization tactics and techniques, and my ability to be able to vividly create imaginal clips in my movie clips. And I really enjoy this too. I mean, I still do this, but I did this for 365 days, and it took me quite some time to get up to 50 leaves without my mind wandering. And I think it took me, 60 days just to get to 20, because my mind was always racing. I was like, what am I going to do tomorrow? Oh, I've got to go do this, or I got to talk to this person, I got to call this person, or I got to sign these documents. Or there's always something. Or I'm having issues with my vehicle, I got to take it to the shop, or I got to get new tires. There's always something going on. And what this did was it takes me out of that reality. And by the time I get back, everything's just clear. It just cleared everything in my mind to where I could make these steps to get all these things done. And it just made things much easier, to where my mind was just clear, and I could conquer these things in my life and just organize myself much better. And this is one of the meditation exercises I wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted to get this out, and I hope you like it. There's some other ones I want to get into detail with, but this one I really want you guys to implement. And I think if you're having any issues with your imaginal clips or your concentration level, and if you can't vividly imagine, I'm getting some comments and questions about people not be able to, when they close their eyes, they're going into their imaginal clips, or they're trying to create them, that they're not able to visualize anything. I really want you to try this and tell me if it works for you, because I had the same issues, and this meditation exercise really cleared up, and it helped me concentrate my mind to be able to, this really slowed my mind down to where I could really just stop the clock, stop time, and just eliminate all my problems. That way, while I'm creating my imaginal life, I don't have a million things coming into my mind all the time. I'm able to still my mind and then create a scene without any interruptions. And that's the point of this, is to cultivate that foundation in your mind to be able to start creating the life of your dreams. And I really want you guys to implement this, and I challenge you to try it. Please try it. Just try it for a couple days and see how you feel. And comments, questions, please let me know if this is working out for you, or if you're able to do this. I'll try to come up with some more other techniques that I use, but I want to itemize. I want to get in detail with specific stuff, and I'm working on that now. So, all right, guys, thank you very much.
All right. Let me share with you real quick, my friends, my favorite ambience. So this one is my favorite. So what I do regarding the leaf exercise, I do the other one that I showed you, and this is my favorite. So I spend, I don't know, like 5 minutes, or I don't know, it depends, looking, staring at this space. Then I cover my eyes with, I don't have it right here. I don't know where is it. But I kind of cover because in front of me, right now it's morning. So there's like ton of light. So the light doesn't come the same exact place of the video. I try to cover myself, and I look, and I'm looking at this space. I look the rocks, I look the trees, I look everything. So once I'm ready, I close my eyes and I start and I start to feel myself inside of that place. And when I feel myself inside of that place, I start counting the leaves. You don't have to do it like that. You can do it however you want. As in the first video, David was saying that the surrounding doesn't have to be perfect. So, well, in my case, I wanted to really feel inside of that place, because I would like to be in one place, in a place like that one day. One day I was able to walk inside the water and see my reflection in the water while I was counting the leaves. And then I saw these leaves falling into my shoulders, to my other shoulder. And then I was seeing how it was my reflection on the lake. And I see a leaf falling into my reflection, and then it ripples. So I wasn't able, I was able to do that a long time ago. I haven't tried it, but in the meantime, we were listening to David right now. I was counting some leaves. I was doing the exercise. I was doing the exercise, because you can do the exercise any time. Okay, my friends. So please tell me, how do you? And also, I shared the link of this video on the chat. So if you wanna take a look at it and everything, there you go. So please tell me questions. How do you guys like this session?
I like it. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's very good, and repetition. It can remember us to do the job, the work.
Yeah. It's an exercise to focus, just like Daniel told us the other day. To pay attention to a candle. It's a focus exercise. Jorge, I think you wanted to say something.
Well, I forgot to hit the mute button again, but other than that, like, but I do agree. Like, I remember there was this other guy. His name was Aaron Dowdy. He's been around for a long time, and he does more law of like attraction. But I think the way he does it is kind of it's similar to law of assumption. I think he might have mentioned Neville Goddard a few times, but I'm not sure. That was a long time ago. But I really liked him. He was a cool dude, and in one of his like old videos, he did mention that exercise too, like using the candle to focus, to like train your attention.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, there are tons of exercises that we can do to develop. So yeah, my friends, it's really nice. Okay, so who else? Somebody has a question.
Yeah, I've got a
Um,
question.
sure.
So, within the video, David mentioned that when you get to 20 leaves, if you couldn't do 20 and then you get to 20, you would realize that you have been like under a, did he say a hypnotic state or something like that? When you, for those who have got to 2050, did you notice any difference in the stillness or the calmness of your mind? Did you notice any difference in your like awareness, how you just felt?
I noticed a huge difference. It makes
Okay.
it so much easier to like when your mind starts going into something that you don't want to
Mm,
just bring it back to the positive. It makes it a lot quicker to do that and be aware that you're thinking about those things and what you're thinking about. Yeah, it's a huge difference.
okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. In my case, I wanted to be really honest with you guys. If you start doing this leaf exercise and then for some reason you stop like doing it, and then you start, focusing on the 3D and the events and everything, you're gonna lose your gains. It's like going to the gym for 3 months and then leaving the gym for 2 months. You're gonna lose your gains. But if you start redoing the exercise and then retaking the control, it's gonna be easier. It's like a muscle, so it's the same. It's exactly the same. And what I realized is that every single time I was thinking about or I had these things going on in my life, situations in my life, I while I was doing the leaf exercise, I was able to not engage to those things. So, for example, if a client in my business was like mad about something and everything, I wasn't falling for the emotion. I was like, okay, I was more conscious of getting control and able to listen of what the client was saying instead of reacting. And yeah, the same like Sean. So when I was, I don't know, my mind was thinking, oh yeah, you have to do this and that, and this is bad. You cannot do it and everything. I was able to take myself back to the place I really wanted. But it happened to me that for some reason I started reacting to many things in the 3D, many things, and I felt just like David, just like what happened to David. I fell on the 3D, and then I had to recover myself. So those are little things that could happen to you. And for example, in your case, if just know that if you want something, it's because it's already done. So don't put pressure on yourself. Like, okay, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. I need this, because if you feel that you need whatever thing you need to manifest in your life, actually what you're manifesting is lack. So relax. Try to relax. Try to focus on the exercises, not on the outcome. That's something I will advise you and many of you in this live. All right, my friends. Somebody else
Thank
has
you so
another.
much.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So glad to have you here. Um, somebody else wants to any feedback, wants to share something. I have like 5 minutes.
I something quick. I hope. When you do the exercise, it's not really focus, but try to feel the air, try to feel the wind, try to feel the smell. Because like that, you're gonna be over there. It's not gonna be here. At one point, after you do it for a while and you kind of start to level up, you're gonna come from the exercise and you're gonna say like, "What I am." You're not. You're gonna forget you are in the house or in the outside. Okay, so it's just just do it and then I can say do not panic or get frustrated or something like that. Oh, it's not work. Yeah, it's work. Just you have to do it and calm down, because when you want something like, let's say, like crazy, that it means it's luck. So you're not gonna. That is mean you're missing. Okay, let's say you want money. Let's talk about money because this is the easy way to connection. Okay, when you're desperate for money, that is mean you're luck and you're not gonna get the money. When you relax and you let the flow to go, you wake up and like, oh, it's coming money from there, from there, from there. Oh, I don't even know. You know, so do like try to again feeling and emotion. That's the number one thing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really important to connect to the surroundings, and especially if we are trying to manifest, to visualize something, because first we have to visualize and then we're going to manifest. To feel like, like you're touching your smartphone or whatever, the surrounding, the air and everything. There's a good exercise. For example, you can do it for 1 week. Visualize whatever you want for 1 week, but do it in different parts. First, try to see the whole scene, like a whole thing. Maybe 1-2 days. Then the next day you can add some smells or details, or I don't know, whatever you want to add. And then the next day you add something else, and the next day you add something else. So you have to add like realism while you're doing the exercise. So it maybe take I don't know, 1 week, 2 week to actually have the whole thing together. But once you master that exercise, is going to be really simple for you. But yeah, many things you can do there.
So I don't know how it is for you guys, but like when I am visualizing and like visualize the sun and everything, like I actually feel like the warmth on my forehead and stuff. I didn't know if you guys.
That's normal.
Well,
It's good. It's supposed to be like that.
yeah, like I remember Neville did an example where he's like, oh, imagine you have like a lemon in your mouth and you can like feel it. I tried that and I could actually like taste it, like, or kind of feel like it was there. So that's actually real. That means that when you visualize it, it's working. Like your nervous system's actually responding to it, because the subconscious can't tell what's real in imagination. So you're doing it right, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's an exercise that I recommend to my clients. Well, I made them do it when we have like one-on-one session. Well, not one-on-one, maybe group sessions. And I ask them to imagine an orange, because it's an orange. If you have an orange or you don't have an orange, you're not like attached to it. Like if you want to imagine $100 bill or 100 euros or whatever your currency is, and just imagine the orange, and then you imagine yourself grabbing the orange, smelling, peeling it, things like that, and turning the orange in your mind. And that's another exercise. There are many exercises that you can do to develop a better visualization. But my friends, I have to bounce. We have the C-suite right now. I'm really glad for you for being here. I try to have this recording today. If not, well, I have the two recordings, the Monday and the Friday one. They're already on the YouTube channel. If you don't have the YouTube channel, let me know and I'll send you the link. You don't have the channel? Okay, you can find it. Well, it's gonna be really hard for you to actually find it. Well, I made a post yesterday night. I made a post on school with the link. If not, I'll share it to you.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. All right, my friends, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your company. Love you guys. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. It's been fun.